Hello everyone, I'm Anas Al Ubaidi, and the title or the topic of this lecture or session is Core Responsibilities of an Investigator, Principal Investigator, the PI, in a clinical trial, and it is part of the chapter that is about the foundations of clinical research. And of course, this lecture or session is part of the Advanced Clinical Research Assistant Certification Course Program by CCRPS. Introduction. The role of an investigator, or the PI, the principal investigator, is one of the most critical in the life cycle of a clinical trial. Investigators are the qualified individuals responsible for ensuring that trials are conducted ethically, effectively, and in compliance with all regulatory guidelines. Their responsibilities span a wide range of activities, from protecting participant welfare to maintaining the credibility of the data generated during the study. GCP Good Clinical Practice sets a high bar for investigator responsibilities, ensuring that participant rights are safeguarded and that trials meet ethical standards. Investigators are expected to adhere strictly to the study protocol or trial protocol, obtain and document informed consent, and report any adverse events, AEs, promptly. Furthermore, their role is their role in accurate documentation and reporting ensures that clinical trials produce valid results that can be used to advance medical knowledge. The importance of the investigator's role cannot be overstated. The investigators, act as the bridge between the research team, the trial participants, regulatory agencies, and the sponsor. A clinical trial's success hinges on their ability to manage these responsibilities effectively while maintaining ethical standards and data quality. Understanding the core responsibilities of an investigator is essential for clinical research assistants, CRAs or clinical CTAs, clinical trial assistants, and other members of the research team, as it ensures seamless collaboration within the trial process. Key points. We'll start with the key point of protocol compliance and participant safety. One of the investigator's primary responsibilities is ensuring that the trial is conducted according to the approved protocol. This includes adhering to procedures outlined in the study design and ensuring participant safety is prioritized above all else. Compliance with the protocol. The approved protocol serves as the roadmap for the trial. Investigators must ensure that every procedure, intervention, and data collection activity aligns with what is documented. Example, if an inclusion criterion specifies a particular age range, the investigator must enroll only participants who fall within that range. Importance here, deviation from the protocol can compromise the validity of the trial and lead to regulatory non-compliance. Participant safety. The investigator is responsible for safeguarding the rights, safety, and well-being of participants. This includes monitoring participants closely for adverse events, AEs, and taking action as needed. Example, regular health checks during a drug trial can help identify potential side effects early, ensuring they are managed effectively. Role in trials. Participant safety fosters trust and ethical responsibility, creating an environment conducive to effective clinical research. And here is a diagram on ensuring clinical trial integrity. Another key point here, obtaining and documenting informed consent. Gaining informed consent is one of the most ethically significant responsibilities of an investigator. It requires clarity, transparency, and meticulous documentation. Clear communication, as investigators must ensure that participants are fully informed about the trial, including its purpose, procedures, risks, and potential benefits. Example, before enrollment, the investigator must hold discussions in plain, non-technical language to ensure participants understand the information. Significance, this ensures participants make voluntary and informed decisions about participation, upholding the ethical standards of autonomy. Thorough documentation and signed informed consent form must be obtained before any trial related activities can begin, and these documents must be stored securely. Example, electronic informed consent systems may be utilized to keep records digital, enhancing their accessibility and traceability. Impact here, proper documentation protects both participants and researchers and provides proof of, ethical conduct. And here is a diagram on informed consent process. Another key point, accurate documentation and data integrity. Maintaining accurate and complete trial documentation ensures the credibility of the data collected and supports regulatory submissions. Complete data records, investigators must record all trial data, including participant metrics, adverse event reports, and protocol deviations, in a clear and precise manner. Example, electronic data capture EDC systems allow investigators to log participant vitals and responses during a clinical study efficiently. The importance here, accurate records are crucial for analyzing outcomes and making regulatory decisions. Data accuracy and audit readiness or readiness. Investigators are responsible for ensuring that trial documentation is consistent and audit ready at all times. Example, regularly cross-checking source documentation documents with trial data helps prevent discrepancies during audits. Role here, reliable data builds the foundation for research findings that influence future clinical practices. And here is a diagram on components of trial documentation. Another key point, reporting and communication. Reporting to sponsors, ethics committees like the IRB or IRB's institution review boards, and regulatory authorities like FDA in USA is a fundamental, or anything similar to any other regulatory authorities similar to FDA, depending where the trial, in which geographical area the trial is being conducted, is a fundamental responsibility that ensures transparency and accountability in clinical trials. Adverse event reporting, investigators must identify, document, and report any AEs, adverse events observed during the study. Prompt reporting is crucial for the safety of participants and for determining whether trial protocols need to be adjusted or modified. Example of a participant or amended. Example, if a participant experiences severe side effects during a drug trial, the investigator must immediately, promptly inform the sponsor and the institution review board, IRB. The outcome here, timely reporting, can trigger swift intervention to protect participants. Trial results communication. Investigators are also responsible for compelling and submitting comprehensive trial results and summaries, regardless of the study's outcome. Example, submission to registries like clinicaltrials.gov ensures public accessibility and regulatory compliance. Importance here, transparent reporting prevents duplication and informs future research. And here is a diagram on clinical trial reporting responsibilities. Another key point, challenges and advances in investigator practices. While the investigator's role is critical, it is not without its challenges. However, modern advances in technology and training provide effective solutions. Regulatory compliance challenges here, meeting the complex requirements of various regulatory bodies, can be overwhelming. Example, investigators working on multinational trials must understand and adhere to the differing regulations in each region. Solution, continued education on GCP, good clinical practice, and global regulations equips investigators to manage this complexity effectively. Leveraging technology in trials, technology continues to enhance investigator practices, particularly through the use of EDC, electronic data capture systems, to streamline data management. Example, EDC, electronic data capture systems, minimize errors and reduce the burden of manual documentation, improving efficiency. Impact here, technology allows investigators to focus more on participant interaction and less on administrative tasks. Ensuring data security. Maintaining the confidentiality and security of sensitive trial data is a growing concern in the digital age. Example, implementing secure encryption and restricted access to trial databases safeguards participant information. Importance here, upholding data protection rules enhances public trust in clinical trials. Investigator training and education. Continuous learning ensures that investigators remain updated on evolving regulations and ethical practices. Example, GCP Good Clinical Practice workshops specifically tailored for investigators can provide critical insights into their expanding role. Outcome here ensures investigators deliver high quality trials in line with modern standards and expectations. Closing thoughts. The role of the investigator in clinical trials is both demanding and indispensable. From safeguarding participant welfare to ensuring the validity of the trial data, their responsibilities require meticulous attention to detail, ethical decision making, and robust knowledge of regulatory standards. By mastering these responsibilities, investigators not only contribute to the success of clinical trials, but also play a pivotal role in advancing medical knowledge while maintaining the highest ethical standards. For clinical research assistants, understanding these core responsibilities fosters collaboration and enhances the overall integrity of the trial process. And here is a diagram on enhancing investigator practices in clinical trials. Next, we have the summary tables. Here we have a table on core responsibilities of an investigator, table on key elements of informed consent, table on common reporting responsibilities, table on advances in investigator practices, table on challenges and mitigations in investigator roles, and then application table as we have scenario, key principle applied, key actions, timeline, what to watch out for. Next, we have the MCQs, multiple choice questions, in order to revise what we have covered through this lecture. Question 1. What is one of the primary responsibilities of an investigator regarding trial protocols? C would be to adhere strictly to the approved trial protocol. As part of their core responsibilities, investigators must follow the approved protocol to ensure trials are conducted ethically and scientifically. Question 2. What is a key element of obtaining informed consent in any clinical trials? Is C as well, ensuring participants fully understand the trial purpose and risks, as obtaining informed consent involves clear communication about the trial's purpose, risks, benefits, and procedures. Question 3. What is a major benefit of using electronic data capture EDC systems in clinical trials? B. Answer would be B. Streamlining data management and improving accuracy, as EDC systems simplify data collection, enhance accuracy, and reduce errors compared to manual documentation. Question 4. What should an investigator do immediately after identifying an adverse event during a clinical trial? Well, report would be C, reported promptly to the sponsor and IRB, Institutional Review Board, as adverse events AEs must be reported immediately to ensure participant safety and allow for potential protocol adjustments or amendments. Question 5. What is one effective strategy to overcome challenges in participant recruitment? Would be C, utilizing digital recruitment platforms and community outreach, as digital platforms and community outreach can help investigators reach diverse and underrepresented participant groups. These strategies promote fair representation in trials, improving the applicability of findings and adhering to ethical research practices. And here we come to the end of this lecture. Thank you very much and goodbye.